2023 MCO 64, your one-stop shop for zany economics and outlandish perspectives. Greetings, fellow economic adventurers. Welcome back to the wacky world of MCO 64, where we're about to embark on a journey deep into the mysterious labyrinth of the petrodollar. Now, if you've been following my ramblings for a while, you know I've been preaching the petrodollar gospel for more than half a decade. I've got a whole treasure trove of videos lovingly dubbed the Petrodollar Files on my channel. Heck, one of my video babies in that series has more views than a viral cat video, and that's saying something. Now, if you've been a part of our merry band for some time, you know I've been singing the song of the petrodollar for over half a decade. It's not just a song, it's a symphony, and I've lovingly curated a treasure trove of videos that I've cheekily labeled the Petrodollar Files right here on my channel. Oh, and guess what? One of those videos has more hits than a chart-topping pop song. We're talking petrodollar fever, people. But before we plunge headfirst into the petrodollar whirlpool, let's tip our hats to one of our vigilant viewers who sent me a dazzling 1-ounce silver Britannia from the fine folks at Gold Investments. I even made a pilgrimage to London, had a chinwag with Oliver, the conductor of this golden orchestra, and here's the scoop. Gold Investments can now magically transform your precious metal into a SIP, a self-invested pension plan. There's just one tiny detail: you need a financial guru to introduce you to this golden world. So, my dear UK pals, if you're keen on turning your golden dreams into a sparkling retirement reality, don't hesitate, give Oliver a ring. Oh, and here's a heartwarming nugget of information: Oliver's young cub is stepping into the family business. Why is that so heartwarming, you ask? Because Gold Investments has been a family affair since way back in '81, and that's the kind of legacy that suggests they're in this for the long haul. Now, let's shift gears and tackle a hot potato, modern monetary theory, MMT. I did a deep dive into MMT in one of my recent videos, and wouldn't you know it, some folks out there are spinning yarns about this MMT maestro hobnobbing with the World Economic Forum. But hold your horses, folks, because there's a picture of him kicking back at some conference in Panama from a decade ago. But, let's not jump to conclusions just yet. We're playing the waiting game until January, specifically the 16th to the 20th when Davos struts its stuff. If our MMT maverick makes an appearance, well, maybe we've been bamboozled. If not, we'll continue our quest to become our own financial gurus. Got it? Okay, back to the main event, the petrodollar. My channel boasts an entire library dedicated to this economic titan. I lovingly call it the Petrodollar Files. One of my golden oldies from 6 years ago, with the catchy title China Delivers Knockout Blow to Petrodollar Part 1, is still making waves. I've got sequels, folks! Part 2, Part 3, and about 50 more episodes digging into this beast. So, if you thought I just jumped on the petrodollar bandwagon, think again. Now, why all this fuss, you ask? It's not about bashing Uncle Sam or the mighty greenback, oh no. It's about sounding the alarm, not just for Americans, but for folks worldwide. You see, most global currencies have been riding the dollar's coattails since the heydays of the Bretton Woods Agreement. And I've been hollering from the mountaintops for years that this ride would lead to a rocky road of vanishing purchasing power, not just in the USA, but globally. And guess what? The numbers back me up. We've been witnessing a steady erosion of our paper money's value, especially over the past 3 years. And guess what, folks? It's only getting wilder from here. You see, countries like China and Russia have been getting ready for this day. They've been busy building their financial fortresses, setting up exchanges like the Shanghai Gold Exchange, where you can swap oil, gold, and all kinds of goodies for some yuan. And Russia? They've been cozying up to China, creating payment systems. It's not about taking down the dollar. It's about having the freedom to use any form of money they darn well please. Of course, right now, the dollar is still the big cheese, but that's changing. Fast forward to December 7th, 2022, yeah, Pearl Harbor Day. China and Saudi Arabia had a powwow, and it wasn't about trading recipes. And let's not forget 2021, right after the USA bid adieu to Afghanistan, Russia and Saudi Arabia sealed the deal with a security agreement. Why is that a big deal? Well, it's because the Petrodollar Pact was all about the USA playing bodyguard to Saudi Arabia while they promised to always sling their oil in dollars. But times, they are changing, my friends. And here's the grand finale. China and Saudi Arabia just signed a currency swap deal worth a whopping $7 billion. Yes, you heard that right. They're cozying up even more, and it's a sign that they're looking to bypass the dollar for non-oil trade. The dollar's still in the mix, but this is like watching the writing on the wall in neon lights. Here's the secret sauce. Countries like China and Russia have been gearing up for this day. They've been diligently constructing their financial fortresses, setting up exchanges like the Shanghai Gold Exchange, where you can trade oil, gold, and all manner of treasures for some yuan. And as for Russia, they've been cozying up to China, creating payment systems. It's not about demolishing the dollar, it's about having the freedom to use whatever form of money they darn well please. Of course, for now, the dollar's still king of the hill, but that's changing. Now, let's fast forward to December 7, 2022, that's right, folks, Pearl Harbor Day. China and Saudi Arabia didn't meet up for a casual tea party, they had something much juicier in mind. And let's not forget the shindig in 2021, right after the USA waved goodbye to Afghanistan, Russia and Saudi Arabia joined forces with a security agreement. Why is that so significant, you ask? Well, it's because the petrodollar deal was all about the USA playing bodyguard to Saudi Arabia while they promised to always sling their oil in dollars. But, my friends, times are changing faster than you can say petrodollar. And here's the grand finale. China and Saudi Arabia just inked a currency swap deal that's worth a jaw-dropping $7 billion. That's not pocket change, people, that's a statement. They're getting cozier and cozier, and it's a signal that they're eyeing a detour around the dollar for non-oil trade. The dollar's still in the game, but it's like watching a neon sign blinking change is coming. But wait, there's more. Let's talk currencies. The sterling's doing its fancy footwork, the euro's strutting its continental stuff, the yen's doing its mystical dance, and guess who's stealing the limelight? The Chinese yuan. The dollar's taking a hit against it, and it looks like the dollar index has hit a ceiling. I won't say the dollar's going down in flames, but it's got a case of the hiccups, and that's music to gold and silver's ears. And there you have it, folks, an in-depth exploration of the petrodollar, spiced up with humor and packed with enough details to make your head spin. Remember, it's not about spreading doom and gloom, it's about keeping you informed and helping you navigate the wild waters of the financial world. Stay tuned, stay savvy, and as always, stay curious.